Time to pack 'em and rack 'em for our littlest pocket rockets, Cadet 9. They're ready to roll for this weekend, brought to you by Chambers Portable Line Boring. Hope we don't get too much shine off the toe ball as he runs through the infield there. But here's young fella to start from position at number 3. So Polkinghorne and Bristow, Chambers and Armit, Green, Gurney, Effingham and Boyle, with Jet O'Leary currently rounding out the 9-cart field here in Cadet 9, brought to you by Chambers Portable Line Boring. Of course, Archie Bristow has won 3 out of the 4 rounds. The only time he's been defeated was by the newly crowned Australian champion, Cruz Kelly, at Cobden. So Alana Gurney has been a recipient of the Encouragement Award at Cobden. Jet O'Leary, Beau Chambers and Casey Waters have been our Encouragement Award winners, brought to you by Chambers Portable Line Boring. Of course, pole's going to Bristow on multiple occasions, and Oliver Armit, who starts from position number 4 at Cobden. So down they come. Curtis Polkinghorne and also Archie Bristow. Of course, Bristow now the only driver in this series that has finished on the podium at each event. Currently starting from the front row. The lights are out, we're away. So Polkinghorne leads through turn number 1 into the S's. A little bit neater line there from Bristow. Tries a run on him as they come down into Siberia. Bristow goes to the inside. Look for the crisscross for Polkinghorne. Does just as I expected and goes back by. So a nice manoeuvre there. So Polkinghorne continues to lead Bristow. Then you've got Chambers. So Chambers has moved up. Armit sits next in the order in position number 4. Gurney. Then Sullivan Green, who's improving every time I see him race. Jackson Boyle with those very, very bright wheels. Lawson Effingham will be the next car through. And then rounding out the field at the moment is Jet O'Leary. So back up front, though, it's Curtis Polkinghorne who's putting his best foot forward here at Hamilton. Pulled out a little bit of margin on the pace man of the series so far, Archie Bristow. But absolutely doing everything he needs to do at the moment is Curtis Polkinghorne. So Polkinghorne absolutely flying at the moment. Bristow sits second. Chambers, a bit sideways there for the young fella, but maintains the rage. Might have had a wheel in the dirt there, but he continues on. Armit sits in P4. Then Gurney, Sullivan Green. So Effingham's got by Boyle. So Polkinghorne owned the fastest lap of the race last time by and continues on his merry way. Chambers and Armit starting to look a little bit threatening to the back of Bristow. Then Gurney and Sullivan Green. Down the hill comes Effingham, Boyle and also O'Leary. So, of course, the Cadet 9 class for drivers the age of 7 to 9. So they're our absolute youngest pocket rockets. They're doing an outstanding job out here in tricky conditions. So Polkinghorne comes onto the straight in the lead. I tell you what, Bristow might be starting to, it's visually now that Bristow's starting to really turn the screws. So might just get a little nudge in a minute, Polkinghorne. I don't know whether it's going to bring him to life or it's going to, or there's just a Bristow onslaught coming. Chambers sits comfortably in third. Armit. Got Armit for company, actually. As now Bristow. The Bristow car just looks a little bit neater through the S's, but I tell you what, Polkinghorne is absolutely doing nothing wrong at the moment. Bristow using a little bit more of a traditional wet weather line, running out wide and then crossing over the slippery surface as they come onto the main straight. Now Bristow right in the back pocket of Polkinghorne. Here comes Bristow, slots up the inside, and that's a move for the lead. So how does this play out for Polkinghorne? Has he got anything left? Does he sort of just relaxed a bit? And he goes back by on the inside at the final corner. A great battle developing here. So Polkinghorn, Bristow tries on the inside, nothing doing there. Chambers is not going to need an invitation. He's a little bit sideways. Arm it right in the battle as well. So Bristow does that move again, runs wide, the crisscross, one of my all-time favourites, and gets by. So he's got clear now of Polkinghorn. Will this actually lead to Polkinghorn picking up a little bit more speed from watching how Bristow did that? Yet to be seen. So Bristow skips away now. He's probably pulled 3 or 4 cart lengths in that little section of track. Polkinghorn, and then you've got young Beau Chambers. Behind him, Armit. Gurney's broken clear of Sullivan Green. Effingham, the next cart through. Boyles comes through. O'Leary comes onto the main straight. Currently rounding out the field in position number 9. So Bristow now is absolutely firing away at the lead. Polkinghorn sits in position at number 2. So to give you an idea, Archie Bristow has turned up the wick now. His fastest lap time of 40.546 is 3/10 faster than anyone. The next fastest actually in the queue is Oliver Armit, who currently sits in P4, who's trying to negotiate with young Beau Chambers. Bristow now at 39.877, if you don't mind. That is almost a full second faster than anyone else. So Bristow has decided to turn on the afterburners, and it is absolutely electrified, this race. He's got a 1.5 margin. He tried hard to get past Polkinghorn, but Polkinghorn matched him early. But I tell you what now, I don't think anyone's got anything to go with Archie Bristow in this one. So still Polkinghorn sits second. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. He just hasn't had the turn of speed that Bristow's managed to turn on. Still behind Chambers. So Bristow continues on his merry way. That one lap that he did was absolutely miles faster than anything else. He was almost 9/10 off his fastest himself that last time by. So 2 laps remain for Bristow. Polkinghorn. Can Chambers and Armit get up and challenge for position at number 2? Still to be determined. So now Bristow comes down to greet the checkered flag. So that's a win for Archie Bristow. A couple of massive laps in the middle. Polkinghorn home for second. Chambers for third. Armit will be next through. Alana Gurney will be through next. Just ahead of Jed O'Leary, who's gone a lap down there. Sullivan Green comes home in position at number 6. Lawson Effingham to roll through in position at number 7. Just ahead of Jackson Boyle, who finishes in position at number 8, ahead of Jed O'Leary in position number 9. That was Cadet 9 for Chambers Portable Line Boring. Be good if you put a hat on, get a bit of glare from the top of the straight there. But here we go. Cadet 9, Bristow and Polkinghorne to lead them away. Nine carts here in Cadet 9. Polkinghorne sizes up the back of Bristow. It's been a good duel between the two so far this weekend, although when Bristow decided to put on the afterburners before, there was absolutely no stopping him. But at the moment, they're just sensing it out, getting a feel for the track conditions. So Polkinghorne tries to go on the inside. Nothing doing there. So Chambers and Armit in battle for third position. Armit's got a bit of a run here. Pulls out on Chambers. Can't get through there. But out front, Bristow just starting to hit his straps. But here comes Polkinghorne right in his back pocket. Bristow has a bit of a look around. Polkinghorne doing a sensational job, as is Chambers. Next cart through is Armit, Gurney, Sullivan Green, Lawson Effingham, Jackson Boyle and Chet O'Leary is your field. So fastest lap that time by for Archie Bristow, a 41.407. So Bristow 2/10 faster than anyone else that last time past the strop. Actually 1/10 faster because Chambers was actually quicker than Polkinghorne that time. So look for Chambers to do some damage in this one. Eyes on those coals at the end. He is a blistering pace. So Armit's broken clear now of Chambers. Gurney's the next car through. Alana's in P5. Then you've got Sullivan Green and Lawson Effingham who are having a great battle. Jackson Boyle comes through and Jet O'Leary is our cart rounding out the field. Although O'Leary, he comes down the hill into the final corner. So he's currently running in 9th position. So Bristow, as we've seen so many times, has now decided he's going to light the wick and take off here in Cadet 9. And cart number 8 has absolutely come to life now. Polkinghorne sits P2. Armit, he's starting to put some strong laps in. Before has just responded to the pressure, waited for his cart to come on, and now he's just stretched his legs and got away just a little bit. Polkinghorne Well, last lap, I'll tell you what, Chambers was actually the second fastest card on the track, but he's tucked up behind Ahmed, although Chambers is gone. He's backed in up at the end of the straight. So bad luck there for Bo Chambers. He's had to lose there at the end of the straight. But after setting his fastest lap of the race, and it was one of the quickest laps of the race too. Oh no, and Jackson Boyle's around there too, so we're getting a bit of a parking lot up there now. So bad luck there. Jackson Boyle out of action as well. Bristow from Polkinghorne and now Armit. So Armit is turning the screws every bit that he can on Polkinghorne. So 2 laps remain. I tell you what, Armit is coming on really, really strongly at the moment. Just took half a second out of Polkinghorne. He's only 3/10 behind. Oh, Jet O'Leary's gone round. So O'Leary is around on the exit of the S's. So we've got a few off now as this race has gone on. There's now Armit. Look at him. He's come all the way up to the back of Polkinghorne. The last lap board's about to be shown. I'll tell you what, Oliver Armit, he's got just over 700 metres to try and move up to position number 2. We've seen pace from him. He took the opening pole at Cobden. Polkinghorne has a bit of a look over the shoulder and responds. So Bristow, he's done everything he needs to do. Oh, I'll tell you what, the battle's raging here with Polkinghorne and Armit. But Bristow rounds the last turn. It's going to be a Heat 2 win for Archie Bristow. Another classy performance in Cadet 9 for Chambers Portable Line Boring. Second place is going to go to Polkinghorne. Third to Armit. P4 now belongs to Alana Gurney, with Lawson Effingham coming home position 5 ahead of Sullivan Green. With Chambers, Boyle and O'Leary failing to finish. That was Cadet 9 for Chambers Portable Line Boring. Got a bit of overlap that time on Armit. Can't quite get the position done. But he's trying everything, is Bo Chambers. Which that little manoeuvre might have actually just bought a little bit of time for Polkinghorne. So Armit, can he get back up to the back of him once again? So here he comes, Armit, right back up to Polkinghorne again. Where's his manoeuvre going to come? You feel like turn 1's his best chance at the moment. As they go down into Siberia, Bristow, for anyone following at home, he is clear out in front. The battle we ensued by, or it's absolutely enthralling, is a battle for second, which is currently held down by Curtis Polkinghorne. But there's 2 hungry little guys who want a spot on the podium, and there's only 1 spot left. So Armit and Chambers, they are fighting for a trophy at the moment. Bristow, 6.2 seconds. What do we got this time? We'll have a look. There's 7 laps, so we're just past the halfway mark. Armit is very, very good up this straight, right in front of commentary. You'd say that's where his position is, but he's going to have to set up Polkinghorne if he's going to get a move done here, you feel. Goes to the inside. Is he going to go up the inside? No, he's not. Chambers looks to run wide and get a run. But they're all line astern. Behind Chambers, the next cart through currently is Alana Gurney. Lawson Effingham, the next in the queue, and then it is Sullivan Green, Jackson Boyle and Jet O'Leary currently round out your field. But so much of the interest is this battle from second through to 4th, because it's not going to take much and it is going to be an absolute game changer. I'll tell you what, Chambers has put himself in a fairly nice position here on Armit. Look for a crisscross on the exit. Oh, he might have got a bit of curb there, which has curtailed his effort. But he's very, very close. And I'll tell you what, Ahmed is just sensational from the time he gets to the end of the straight here until the time he comes to turn one. He makes big ground up on Polkinghorn. Oh, Chambers has hit the back and spun. So Chambers, who was fighting for it, the back end of the podium, has spun. And it looks like he's out of business. So Chambers is out. Unfortunately, it's the end of a good run there. And like a proud grandfather, Remo comes over to console him. So I think he'd be giving him some encouragement because he was driving a good race up until that point. So Archie Bristow continues to lead from Polkinghorn. So now Ahmed, he can afford to go all out attack in this one because there's no pressure from behind anymore. He can afford to come with full force now after Polkinghorn. Oh, we're starting to size him up. Has a bit of a sniff. What have we got? 4 laps remaining. Oh, he's got a nicer line. This is that time. Could this be? Goes to the inside. Oh, he's not quite close enough, but he didn't lose any ground that time. So the classic moves at Hamilton. If you can get a crisscross on the exit of Siberia, is a beauty. If you can pop out at the last corner, it's also a beauty. But you've got to have a little bit more power to get it past in turn one. So he tries at Ahmed. He's so close now with Polkinghorn. Polkinghorn has driven a superb race too, though. He has not let him have an inch. Bristow, 3 laps remain here. Oh, Jackson Boyle's turned it round on the short shoot down to Siberia. He's facing the wrong way, and he is out of the cart. So Boyle, that is his race done. But Bristow comes down to the canteen corner. He has done everything right in this one. As is Curtis Polkinghorn. He has not given Ahmed one opportunity. Two laps remaining now for our leader. Bristow. Polkinghorn and Ahmed still line astern. Is it going to be a reshuffle on these positions? Or are we going to see him finish in this order? So he hasn't got, he's lost a little bit of margin. If anything, has Ahmed. The last lap board set to come out for Archie Bristow, this time past the stripe. So around the last corner, Archie Bristow, he has been all class once again, this young chap. He's got a big future in motorsport if he continues to go like this. Polkinghorn and Ahmed, they have been in an arm wrestle for all 16 laps or 15 laps so far, and they've got one last lap to settle it. Ahmed, can he do anything about Polkinghorn? Polkinghorn has not put a foot wrong, giving him no opportunity. They're close, but I don't think it's going to be close enough for a change of position. So the checkered flag is being held aloft for Archie Bristow as he comes around the last corner. Another absolute supreme performance from this young guy. Archie Bristow wins again in Cadet 9, brought to you by Chambers Portable Line Boring. Here they come to the last corner. Polkinghorn and Ahmed. What a great battle that was for the whole 16 laps. Be proud, both of you young men. 4th place for Gurney. Effingham and Sullivan home next. Sullivan Green and O'Leary rounds out the field. Jackson Boyle and Beau Chambers. Unfortunate DNFs in that one. Cadet 9 brought to you by Chambers Portable Line Boring.